Ed Schultz News and Commentary is brought to you by BioGreen Clean, the iSave Team, RingofFireRadio.com, the Communication Workers of America, and the Alliance for American Manufacturing.
Well, good to have you with us on this Thursday morning. I could have done this story yesterday, but I wanted to save it for today because I wanted everybody to digest the story, or should I say, to see exactly where this was all going to go. Now, I'm on record, up front, I'm a Bernie Sanders guy. I think he's the best one out there. All right. This email issue, scandal, whatever you want to call it, surrounding Hillary Clinton has now got yet another chapter. Now, I just for the record want to point out, unless I'm missing something, that we've gone from a right-wing conspiracy to a media fascination to full disclosure to 55,000 released, that she didn't send anything that was classified at all, to, well, when she did send it, they weren't classified at the time, to, well, I'm sorry that this has caused confusion, and she won't apologize. And now we're into, this is the most recent, within 48 hours, her explanation on exactly how she and her campaign are trying to get through this, and that is the email scandal.
I do think I could have and should have done a better job answering questions earlier. As I look back at it now, even though it was allowed, I should have used two accounts, one for personal, one for work-related emails. That was a mistake. I'm sorry about that. I take responsibility. There was no hiding it. It was totally above board. Everybody in the government I communicated with, and that was a lot of people, knew I was using a personal email. But I'm sorry that it has, raised all of these questions. I do take responsibility for having made what is clearly not the best decision.
So Hillary Clinton, who is not known for saying she's sorry for anything, this is amazing that no one with any political moxie would know how to handle this from the start. How about the absolute truth without any political calculation? This is what bothers me about not only Hillary, but Bill. If Bill is such a great politician, what is he doing behind closed doors and making phone calls and getting mad at friends because they're not out there defending Hillary properly? Where are you, Mr. President? Are you counseling Hillary at all on this? And the thing that bothers me about all of this is what I think a Clinton presidency would be if it ever got that far. It's just this constant, we can't get full disclosure. So where we are is that now I guess we just have to sit and wait for the hearings to see if there's any more or any new information that's going to be coming out. But you know who this emboldens? This emboldens all of the people who have disliked the Clintons for years. It's another I told you so moment. This emboldens the conservative movement. This emboldens the Trey Gowdys of the world, who has been mocked by the liberals in this country that he's on some kind of a witch hunt. And this is also going to raise more questions about, well, did she totally come clean on Benghazi? Liberals, what I'm trying to tell you today is that we don't have to go through this. We don't have to apologize for asking legitimate questions or expecting full disclosure and truth and honesty throughout. And so I'm more emboldened now for my support of Bernie Sanders than I've ever been, because I know this wouldn't happen with him. And there's a ledger of 30 years of the Clintons crying about the right wing coming after them. Well, you know what? They might have some reason right now. And the American people have real reason to be circumspect about what kind of president she would actually be. And if she did take a 3 a.m. call, would she really know what the hell to say? Her judgment lacking on Iraq. Her judgment on TPP, well, we can't get an answer. Her judgment on Keystone, well, she gets pissed off and doesn't give it an answer on that. And now we're thinking about round 4, 5, or 6 on exactly what's going on with these emails. Stay tuned. Polling is very interesting right now. In fact, some major organizations I've noticed aren't even asking the question about how Bernie Sanders might fare against Republican competition in certain states. corporate media just doesn't like the guy that I just am crazy about. I think he'd be a great president. Keep up the fight, lefties. This is Ed Schultz, News and Commentary.